Hello and welcome to Patch. I'm your host Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips and Damo Camilleri. How are you, gents?
Not too bad.
Great.
Good. We're dealing with some next-gen shit again because this is the E3 that never ends and also was never really called E3. But there's this whole winter, or summer if you're in the US, because apparently that's the only place that matters, this summer has been chock-a-block full of game announcements, reveals, and a whole bunch of stuff. We've discussed the PS4 event from a while back. We saw just this past weekend the PS5, sorry, not PS4, PS5 event, I should say. We saw the PS5 controller get shown off on the weekend by Jeff Keighley in a very strange presentation. But we're focusing on Xbox because they've got an event this Friday, Aussie time. And it's all about games.
What time? You said this. You didn't say the time, did you? You said this Aussie time.
This Friday, Aussie time.
Oh,
But 2 a.m, I think. I think it's 2 a.m, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, who cares? I'll double check that before the episode's out. But, so yeah, that event is actually, yeah, it is 2 a.m. I remember hearing it. So yeah, 2 a.m. Friday. And unlike last time, hopefully Xbox is going to show us some gameplay for a bunch of stuff. But
so what's that?
Yeah, this strange
what's
thing where
word?
we play this thing called video games, right? And you interact with them. And it's not just a CG movie or anything like that. Like, you actually move around. And Xbox had this event about 2 months ago where they claimed they were going to show a lot of gameplay. I didn't see any of that.
World premieres.
That sounds like a terrible
All
idea.
those world premieres.
It sounds like a really terrible idea.
We should have done a podcast on that.
And as you might, holy shit, it's crazy. We did, and it was about as good and clean as the actual showcase itself. But anyway, we're going to do another one of those where we're going to make some predictions about what's going to go on with Xbox at this event. Before we get to that, Damo, you raised a really good point, and something that kind of slipped my mind that popped up over the course of last week that's also Xbox related, is the fact that we're going to be getting basically discontinued Xbox systems. We're losing the Xbox One X, which is the more powerful, currently the most powerful version of the Xbox out there, and the Xbox One SAD, the Xbox One S All Digital Edition. They're biting the dust, or like they're being discontinued. So if you want to go get one, you probably want to get one fast. What do we think about the fact that they're killing these two consoles basically on the eve of the Xbox Series X? And why? Why would they be doing that?
Ooh, it's a tough one.
It's just resources being used for no particular reason. If you're going to dump a console, it means that you're ready to start releasing your other one.
Yeah, Matto?
And maybe they learned from 7 years ago to not keep having the old console like I did. Instead of getting a new console, I got a new one to play Grand Theft Auto 5 because my hard drive could not upload.
Well, as it turns out, you never needed to do that in the first place because apparently you can get Grand Theft Auto 5 on your PS5 and Xbox.
Yeah, that was a
presumably
year
the
later.
new Xbox as well. No, but they announced it, remember, at the beginning of the PlayStation event the other week. Like, oh yes,
yeah,
Rockstar, they're going to be doing something really cool. And then it's GTA 5 to kick off the PS5 event.
Again.
That's a troll and a half. As if Rockstar didn't pay big bucks to be first. Just to really fuck with us all.
I was hoping for another table tennis game.
Oh, wouldn't that be the way to start an event?
That'd be great.
This is next gen.
Just anything that's not Red Dead or Grand Theft Auto. Just
Bully,
something
Midnight
out
Club.
of the ordinary. Would be great.
So I'm just kind of of the mind that I think kind of along the same lines, Damo, that you're talking about. There's probably a resources bit as well, but I think it's also maybe a naming convention thing. The Xbox One, sad, piss it off, like whatever. It's it's not really selling in the first place. But the Xbox One X, I mean, it's the most powerful console actually in the world at the moment.
Is it?
That you can actually
Or is
buy.
it like the old Ribena saying it's 3 times more vitamin C than oranges, only to find out it's not even close to them. 3 times the amount of vitamin C as oranges. Then they go on the old BP.
As a singular orange, and if you drank 70 litres of Ribena,
you might be a bad equal.
And then they went the old BP. Oh, we're sorry. Sorry, this wasn't true.
That is a deep cut. Oh, I love it. So yeah, it is currently the most powerful console out there, but I think maybe that name, Xbox One X, when you're then looking to release Xbox Series X, maybe it's like a marketing thing, and it's like we don't need people going out and buying the wrong Xbox because they think because mum or dad or grandma and grandpa are buying for their sons or daughters or grandchildren or whatever, and there's just that confusion there. Like maybe that's purely all it is, and especially since like why do we need? We've already got the Xbox One S now because the original OG Xbox is well and truly dead. You got the Xbox One S, which is going to stick around. You don't then need the Xbox One X, the SAD, and then the next gen, which, there's still all these reports about this kind of lower tier version of the new next gen console as well. I think maybe they just got too many models out there, so they're just going to kill it off.
True.
Maybe when they realised when they put the X in, it's went, oh no, one's got to go. Right,
well,
most powerful one it is. Sorry.
So if you want to get an Xbox One X, you better go out and get it soon because that shit's gone.
Unlike toilet paper, it will be gone.
Yeah. So with that done, with the Xbox stupidity, the old consoles pissing off, we'll shift our focus to the new consoles. And before we get into the studios, because I think it's kind of easy for us to pick through each studio. I sent you guys a list beforehand. I've got a little list here myself that kind of outlines all the studios, and it seems like it's mostly going to be a first party focus. Before we kind of get to that, what could Xbox do? I know, Damo, you're kind of in the same boat as me. Matto, you've been a little bit more Xbox than maybe the both of us over the journey, but I guess maybe starting with you, Damo, is there anything Xbox could do that you can think of that would actually get you to pick them over PlayStation? If it's called the whole gun to your head and you got to pick one, or even that would seriously get you to consider, because obviously there is a lot of reasons to go PlayStation given some of the franchises and things we've enjoyed the last couple of gens. Is there even anything they could do that would at least consider you maybe get one alongside a PlayStation?
Okay. And I know this just sounds so petty and ridiculous, but remember back in the day when you brought a console, you didn't even get a fucking HDMI cable. PlayStation was good with that. They were like, why wouldn't you give a HDMI cable? But Xbox, you got the AV cord in it still, and even
you get Nintendo consoles where they don't even give you they don't even give you a power cord.
Yeah. What was that? Was that the classics? The classics not give you the cord?
No, it was the new 3DS.
Oh,
we don't sell them in Japan with them. They buy them separately. I'm like, well,
no, that was the adapter part. Oh, you got to buy the adapter separately.
Australia's very good on their consumer law. That's why Nintendo never got away with not giving a charger out to their shit.
Yes.
So if they went, here is a brand new Halo, like Halo 5 or whatever it is,
Halo Infinite,
12,
Halo Infinite,
they're running out of numbers.
Mobius strip, and then they went, here's a second controller, and just to get you guys over, here is 12 months of Game Pass, like the premium Game Pass, or even 6 months. I would consider it if the price was in a reasonable spot and I had the money. I'd be like, well, not that I wouldn't still buy a PlayStation, but I would probably maybe buy an Xbox along that. If I can have two controllers at the word get-go, because I doubt many of my friends are going to buy a Xbox. So it's kind of like, I still like couch co-op and, jaunting around with friends. That's fair. I'm an old school gamer.
That's fair. Matto, what about you? As I said, you're probably of the three of us, you're probably the one that's the most inclined to get an Xbox anyway. But
maybe not.
But historically. But what about this time around? Are you going into this? Are you leaning more PlayStation or more Xbox? And what could Xbox do to win your vote?
It all depends on the first party games. That's what's going to get me over. Because at the moment,
you could make up your mind then this Friday.
What's that?
So you might know this Friday then, basically. This Friday could be that answer.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because if all they've got is Halo and Gears of War, then I might start looking elsewhere.
Fair enough.
Because you go to PlayStation, they've got
Spidey's coming out at launch.
Spider, Ratchet and Clank. They've already got the games that makes me want to buy a PS5.
Yeah. They've already got 3 really big hitters on the way. two of them, two of them within probably the first 6 months with Spider-Man and Ratchet. So it's a pretty good start. That's fair. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same camp as you in that regard. I mean, I co-host a PlayStation podcast, so I guess my kind of bias is laid bare for everyone. But
You say, be careful, you might get kicked off.
I'm carrying that shit. My shoulders get sore. That's how much I'm carrying.
Just
that
don't
shit.
have a Nintendo Wii in the background. You'll be all good.
Oh yeah, just like Kevin Butler back in the day. Fuck, way to ruin the best marketing thing that gaming has ever seen. Fucking Bridgestone. But anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there. But yeah, I'm inclined to go buy the Series X. I don't know. The thing that I'm kind of finding hard is that I've got a PC these days that could run a lot of this stuff. Not all of it, and
Yeah,
definitely
that's the other thing too.
probably not at max settings. But with Game Pass, Damo, to your point before, with Game Pass, the fact that Game Pass works on PC, I'm like, why do I need to buy a new console to play Halo at its best?
Gears of War.
Or Gears,
Yeah.
Like I think, and I'm kind of showing my hand for later, I think one of the things we're going to hear about is going to be Gears Tactics, which obviously came out to PC earlier this year. I already played it. And I wouldn't need the new box to do it either, because I can just get it free on Game Pass and it'll work on my PC. Same idea with Halo Infinite. Like I could get it on my Xbox One if I wanted to. It's going to be the lesser version, but I could get it on the Xbox One and just play it and not need to spend $700 maybe on a box. And then the PC version, if my computer's up to it, it'll look better than the Xbox One version. So like, I'm sitting there umming and ahhing as to how and why. Now I don't want to
That
sit
water,
here
the ripple,
Oof.
all that grass, the wind.
Just getting damp thinking about it. But like it's just one of those things. Like they're not, because of some of this really cool consumer facing stuff. Like, hey, you can get it on your Xbox. On your Xbox One, and we'll look after the Xbox One people for a few years. It's fine. It then makes me wonder, like, well, why would I buy a new box then? Whereas PlayStation's being very good in the sense that they're saying this stuff can only work on our new console. It's that far ahead that it can only work on our new console, so you're going to have to buy up. So they've locked in purchases because of it. You can't play Horizon Forbidden West on your PS4. You've got to buy a PS5. You want to play Miles Morales? Same deal. Like, that's kind of one of the things that's...
Horizon was the other one I forgot about.
Yeah.
That won't be out for a while, but
Next
that's
year.
not on PlayStation. No, that's not on Xbox, so let's
No,
not
it's not on
talk
Xbox.
about that.
Oh, yeah, the enemy. Get rid of him. That's all right, PlayStation. I love you. So... I think the only thing for me is probably what we're about to start talking about, which is what the first parties are up to, because I still like okay, my PC's going to have a lot of oomph, but I don't want to be stuck at this desk chair playing it. I'd love to be able to just kick back on the couch and play. Like, that's how I was born and bred. It was playing on the couch with the controller in hand rather than mouse and keyboard, or even just
Hitting your friends when they were actually, you said, "Oh, they're cheating. You're cheating."
yeah, you'd throw the controller and play
Hey, you're the
Iggy's Wrecking Balls.
Hey,
And shit.
you're the guest at the house. You can have the shitty second controller. I have the good one.
Yeah, and then you
the
wonder
dodgy
why I beat you
joystick.
every time. Those were the days. So I think it's down to the first parties and what they're up to, and if the suite's good enough, then maybe I could still be tempted to come across and play it on the console, because I do prefer playing on the couch. But let's maybe dive into the first parties. So I've got a list. I thought I'll be the inventive sort, and I'll go digging on the internet to get the list of the first party studios that are out there. Googled that, and an article that I wrote popped up as the number one result. So good on you, Matt Hewson, and whoever's doing all the
Good work,
SEO
Google.
stuff, because you managed to get us to the top of the list. I was like, oh, who's this handsome character that's writing this great article? Oh, it's me. So
Good old algorithm.
So we'll start at the top, and I think this is the easy one. 343 Industries, they do Halo. We're going to see Halo Infinite. What do we expect when it comes to Halo, though? Any expectations at all?
Well,
Outside
coming
of
from a
hearing-
person who's owned an Xbox for many years, has never played Halo.
What?
Yeah,
Holy shit!
I'm a fraud.
you are a fraud. Holy shit!
Having a Nintendo for 20 years and saying, "Oh, hey, guess what? I've never played
played Mario."
Mario."
Yeah.
What?
That's
Late
insane.
game reviewer strikes again.
Yeah, actually, that's your out. Is that you were setting yourself up for
I've
this?
actually got it. I've got Games Pass. It's on there. I've got the bloody
Can you-
discs in there, and I
Can
still
you do a
haven't
late
played
game
it.
review of it at some point? Holy shit!
Sure, why not? Lock it in.
Or a full playthrough or something like that. That's
Oh,
unbelievable.
let's do a full playthrough. Let's do the full playthrough.
We're just copying every YouTuber and their dog doing it, but that's all right. You put your own
But
spin
I've
on it.
never played it before.
Yeah.
I'm well, I got my first Xbox was 2006. Well, we're now 2020. 14
Yeah,
years.
so you and I are in about
14
the same
years
window. Fuck.
14 years and 4 consoles down.
And
Because
still
I've
no
got
Halo.
2 Xbox 360s and 2 Xbox Ones.
Fucking hell.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let's get on it. Do it.
Anything that we expect, though, from Halo, then?
I would like
Master
to see more
Chief?
Spartan Ops.
Chief.
That'd be a good start.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, given that Halo 5 kind of pursued a different path and everyone hated it for that fact, John Locke?
I
Lock.
would know this if
Lock.
I played it.
Yeah, there was kind of probably a 60-40 split, with Chief being the 40% of the game
Well,
time.
that's right. Did they go a different way? They
People
just
weren't happy
ignored
with
the
that.
Chief.
But
Can't
apparently,
ignore the Chief.
apparently they've taken that feedback on, and that's not going to be an issue here. But Damo, go on.
Yeah, no, Spartan Ops. I'd love to see some more
That's
Spartan
cool.
Ops. I really enjoyed Halo. Like, you know, you spend all this time customizing your character for multiplayer and everything like that and unlocking things. And then it was like, hey, this Spartan Ops thing. It was like season
Yeah.
1. So you were expecting more, but we never got it from, I think it was Halo 4. I think at the time.
Is when it,
Halo 4.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
so it
sounds
was after
about right.
Reach.
Yeah.
And it was like, cool, this is awesome. Like, you know, I had a
Give me more of
whole
it.
bunch of fun co-oping and stuff like that, and then it was just like, no more support for it. It's just like, give us that, because then Halo, if it comes out on launch, you can live to the end of, like, you can keep adding content free too if you wanted, or you could even go, all right, we've done this much, like this is the first 2 seasons for nothing. We're gonna like pretty much Halo like 0.5 and
Yeah.
go like here's a whole another Spartan Ops thing, and it'll be like interactions maybe with Chief, or like while Chief's doing something you have to do something, like, you know, it's like a side story that's going on as the main game's going on, and it would be phenomenal. It would
That's
would
pretty cool.
bring a lot to the table for Halo, and it would give it just so much more replayability, and maybe even like reignite some flames for old players.
Yeah, I'm with you there. One big question. Oh, you got go on, Matto.
That guy.
Oh yeah,
No,
like
just,
you get your
what Dave was saying.
Yeah, good point. Question, because there's this little thing in the world that's kind of the biggest genre in games at the moment called Battle Royale. Is there any chance that we'd see a Battle Royale mode? Because they were questioned on it in the past, and they didn't. They said, no, it's not, like, whatever we do, it's not happening at launch. Could you see a Battle Royale mode get added to Halo
hate
Infinite at some point?
Everything about that, I truly do.
Well, so do I. I'm not a...
I can only imagine the shit show that is when someone finds like a Spartan laser and just obliterates everybody, and it's like, oh look, I won again. It's like, oh, you landed on top of it. This is bullshit.
But imagine
Unless, I mean-
the old days of red
Oh.
versus blue, but it's like red versus blue versus green versus yellow versus purple versus like every single. This could
Power
go.
Rangers.
This would be amazing.
Is-
Yeah, did I just rattle off
red-
versus black? I think is that the last one. Is there a
Green.
black Power Ranger?
There is a Black Ranger, White Ranger. There's a lot of Rangers.
I almost got them all.
Park.
I don't know shit about them.
Park Ranger. No,
Fuck,
see,
I fell for that.
If you put it that way, if it was red versus blue, if it was like a battle royale of like 50v50, that'd be sweet. Like 100 people, just like massive, like a massive Spartan war, or even Covenant versus like Spartan,
Oh,
and you just like meeting in and you're just wiping each other out until there's nothing left. And like, you know, yeah, sure, maybe one team's a lot better than you, and you're like, you think, but then like, you know, it adds up. Like, you know, it could tell a story even. It's like, you know, it's like, oh look, you know, in this season, like the what you call it, Covenant are winning, or whoever the enemy is.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the Prometheans,
The
are
Flood.
winning, like flood of.
Ugh. Matto doesn't quite know what we're referring to there, but the floods suck shit.
Flood.
They're the worst.
Are we talking about water?
No, we're not talking about water.
I'm gonna
Though I
flood
feel
your
like that. I
wall on
wish they
Twitter.
washed
This
away
has
with
come
it.
in.
Fuck, they're horrible.
People listening, watching, flood Matto's wall on Twitter. Just flood his feed.
Just yeah,
flood it.
Post
Just
lots of
flood
pictures
with
of the
floods.
flood.
Just post flood.
You won't know what the fuck's
not
going on.
of floods, not of like torrential rain floods, just
Pictures of
Halo.
the flood from Halo.
Post rain. Just so much rain. It just
When
builds
this
up
episode
images.
goes up tomorrow, I'm gonna spam the shit out of your wall, your feed.
Just constant like pictures of rain and eventually just huge, huge towns underwater.
just someone on a boat, just casually just going down the river.
Noah's Ark. The Great Flood.
Oh.
So,
Oh, wow.
moving on from there, the Coalition, they're the guys who do Gears, specifically like the core Gears games. Now, I mentioned before, I think Gears Tactics is going to be announced for the console. It was already announced to come to console, it just hasn't yet, and I think it'll probably be there at launch. I think the simple question, given that Gears 5 came out last year, from me is Gears 6 going to get teased in any way, or are they just going to let that one slide on through for now?
Or they just do another Gears spin-off,
Like
Or they did with-
Gears Tactics 2, or...
or something
Gears
like
Pop
Judgment.
2. Oh, yeah.
Gears of Peace.
Gears of Peace. Gears Before the War.
Just farm simulator, but with like Jesus
Giant
Christ,
chainsaw guns.
I'm gonna stop derailing.
That's how they're
No,
digging their
I
holes
don't
with their
know.
lances, just with their chainsaws, just going.
I don't know if
creating
you'll hear
moats.
anything from them. It might be an actual gameplay trailer of the latest Gears that says, to come out.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, just like the watermark, it just says Gear 6. That's it, done.
Or just a trailer with just Marcus Phoenix in it and nothing. Just that's it.
He just keeps screaming, "Oh, come on!" over and over and over again.
Scratch one grub, and then it turns on his lancer just goes. "Roo."
He just slices straight through your screen, jumps out of it, and kills you.
Yeah, I'll get excited for that. I did that in Gears 4 when he did it through the old robot lady. I thought, things are going to get exciting now.
Yeah, and
When
then
it
they
first comes in.
totally Force Awakens it, and it was kind of by the numbers, as good as it was. The Initiative. Now, I don't know if either of you two know of this team. This is a brand new team. They've been kind of just pottering away on something for 3-4 years at this point. They've basically gone and cherry-picked the best talent from PlayStation Studios, from Square Enix. Like they've got people from Crystal Dynamics that did Tomb Raider. They've stolen people that worked on God of War. They've stolen people stolen people from Naughty Dog. Curse them. They've stolen from the best studio in the bit. But they're to make what they've referred to, and we obviously talk about indie and AAA. They're talking about what this studio can make as being a quadruple A title. 4 A's. That's a whole extra A better than all the rest.
It's just the same, Paul. It doesn't
Pretty
matter.
sure that's just
Yeah, I
a
know.
whiskey stain. Like,
No, it's totally just the same. The recent rumors, though, say
Gin
that
and tonic.
the recent rumors say that they're working on Perfect Dark. How does that sit with you?
If it's good, great. But,
Not Perfect Dark Zero.
oh, God, no. How would
Yeah,
they
if
be?
they-
Would they just be in wheelchairs going around just shooting? How would it all work?
I don't know.
Is it 2 years later after a game that came out 20 years ago?
Probably.
Even more than 20 years ago.
Maybe they'll just pretend Perfect Dark Zero never happened.
retcon.
We can pretend it never happened.
It's been long enough, you can probably get away with it.
It's a game no one talks about or cares about. It could work.
True. It's gone under the radar for so long now.
Would we be happy if Perfect Dark came back then? If this was the team to do it?
Did they do time? What else did they do?
Who?
This company.
No, they haven't. This is a brand new studio. They haven't done anything yet. They've pinched
They're
people
working on
from.
Perfect Dark.
They've pinched
So,
people from all these
it's really
other
weird
different
that-
studios.
Games
And
with that
apparently it's
third-person
Perfect
view to do a first-person shooter. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, there's a bit weird. Like God of War being an action kind of melee combat game, and then Uncharted
Raider.
and Tomb Raider being kind of third-person action titles as well.
It
Maybe.
could work.
Yeah, I mean it could work.
I mean, you have a look at Rare when they did it. They were doing 2D platformers, and then all of a sudden, bang, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. You go from Donkey Kong to GoldenEye, so go figure. But look, I'm sure they probably pinched people from from even some of the internal studios went and spoke to 343 and like, hey, let's bring some of the Halo talent over here because they're experts in first-person shooters or whatever.
there we go.
Or maybe they stole people from Bungie along the way. Maybe like there's Call of Duty or whatever. There's so many people out there that they've probably pulled in at various points while they're hiring up. So and there's also people that worked over at Insomniac as well. So they've got Ratchet and Resistance as well. So there's experts from first person shooters there as well. So who knows? That'd be kind of cool though. We're happy if Perfect Dark comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Sweet.
it's very risky coming from 20 years, and then people are going to be asking, "What's this?
Who's Joanna Dark? What?
What if
What
they,
is this
like,
Perfect Dark
what if
everyone's
they
talking about?"
do like
Yeah, it's
Perfect Dark
Ginger.
1, and then they just keep the story going on?
Yeah.
People
it's
have
just-
no idea what's going on.
They
Well,
just
no,
call it
that's what I
Perfect
mean. Like,
Dark 2.
they do the whole first game because it wasn't super long because it wasn't,
No, it wasn't.
back then, and then go kabam. There's like part 2, and then like
Ooh.
they just that just becomes
Yeah.
chapter 1, and then they go chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So wait, what? I thought it was just Perfect Dark 1, and then like the end of the trailer, like
Elvis? Who is this Elvis man?
That's pretty cool. I'm into that. I'll get around that. All right, next studio.
Blondie?
Playground Studios, which a lot of people know for their work on Forza Horizon. But, as well as working on Forza Horizon, they created a second studio in the last 3 years. And they are a British studio. That's kind of an important part of this whole point. They created a second studio and hired a whole bunch of people who are experts in RPGs.
Holy.
And a million and one rumors, and there's also been people in
Million and
Xbox that have or at Microsoft who have kind of said this off the books. I was recently listening to Alana Pierce talk about this exact fact, and that she's spoken to people at Microsoft who confirm that they are working on a new Fable. That they're working on a Fable game. What do we think
I
about?
don't like it.
You
I
don't like it? Again, firstly,
don't like
British
it.
studio, so we'll still have that British humour for starters. But
That's
It really
fine.
depends on if your character talks or not. If the character doesn't talk, I'm in.
just give me Peter Molyneux to overhype the game and tell me it's something it's not.
Maybe let me just go around fart on people's faces and I'll be more than happy.
Give them all pink
I
eye
think-
and I'm sold.
Just
Or just
bring
marry
back-
10 people in different regions and no one's going to ask any questions.
Like I enjoyed Fable 3, right? Thoroughly enjoyed. Thought it was great. And then I looked at somebody that was like comparing Fable 3 to Fable 1, and I went, "Oh, fuck!" Like that's such a I can't like Fable 3 anymore. Like
It's a step backwards, yeah.
Fable 1 is just so much better in every way, shape, or form, and they need to do that again. Like,
And
that's-
you
that's-
could make an argument, and I think I'm kind of in this camp, that Fable 2 is better than 1, but both of them are definitely better than 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just kind of I mean, Peter Molyneux was a bit of a problem here. He just kept over-promising, and it was never quite ever what he claimed
the
the games to
Kinect-
be. But oh yeah, and that's what killed Fable in the first place. Fable: The Journey. But
Oh yeah.
I think just Kinect just killed Xbox.
yeah, pretty much. It killed the Xbox One. Actually,
No one wants to do activities whilst playing games.
that and Don Matrick killed the Xbox One.
That-
Fuck you, Don
Well, that
Matrick.
too.
Ninja Theory. They recently put out Bleeding Edge. I suppose I didn't really. We just kind of shit talked about Fable and whatnot. Are we keen on a new Fable though?
It's supposed to be talking up Xbox here, Paul.
again-
Damn you and your
again,
PlayStation
if the Fable-
podcast on
if
the
the-
other one.
If the Fable isn't just a cartoon joke, sure, I'm in for it. Let's do it. Like, let's actually have this great fantasy RPG game that can be played by everyone. I'm not saying make it like super
It's family
dark
friendly.
and mean and thing, but make it so that it is a Fable. Like, but don't give it a cartoon look. Give it a realistic kind of look, like the borderline. You know, that really beautiful area of grey where it's like you've got a cartoony feel, but like it's still real enough to go, ooh. But yeah, don't have people.
Bring back those gnomes or trolls or whatever they are that talk to you.
Yeah,
and you have to
pretty cool.
shoot them.
All right, let's get back to Ninja Theory now. Ninja Theory are the team that put out Hellblade. They put out Bleeding Edge earlier this year. That kind of Overwatchy style wannabe.
Battle
There was a
Royale.
melee game, kind of battle royale, but not. I don't know, because it was like 10 people or something like that. It was more like
It's
a
battle
death
royale.
match. But
Death match.
a team deathmatch. But Hellblade 2's already been announced because they showed that off. You might remember that from the Game Awards at the end of last year when the console got shown off, and then there was the trailer for Hellblade 2. maybe not. But I think that's probably all we can really expect from them. Any thoughts on Ninja Theory at all? Just more Hellblade?
I don't know what Hellblade is. So
Holy
sure,
shit!
go
You
Hellblade.
need to go play Hellblade. It is.
Is it on PlayStation?
Yeah, the first one's on PlayStation because they released
The
it
first
before.
one, PlayStation.
They released it on PlayStation before they got bought out by Xbox.
Does it have Monster Hunter in it?
No, it doesn't have Monster Hunter.
Is the game Monster Hunter? Then I'm not playing it.
No, okay, that's fair. I'll send you a copy of Hellblade at some point. You can take it for a spin. Hellblade 2 is going to be there. It'll be awesome, but don't expect that game for a few years. That's my take.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, sorry, there should be some more takes that we have going on. Yeah, we may not see this.
What about Obsidian? These are the guys that they did the Outer Worlds. They do Pillars of Eternity. They're now owned by Xbox. They're working on that Grounded, the kind of Honey I Shrunk the Kids style game. I don't know if you yeah.
Like the kid.
It's kind of like, you like these tiny Damo's looking it up. Make sure your audio's down, mate.
How do I shrunk the kids?
Yeah, it's like these tiny little people and like this world that's kind of got giant pot plants and it's totally like Honey I Shrunk the Kids, and there's gonna be like I think maybe it's even starting now or next week. He's looking it up. I'm totally right, aren't I?
There's 30 minutes of gameplay. You're a
Yeah,
tiny
'cause-
human.
It's kind of like a little
Oh, giant spiders!
yeah.
This is awesome.
Just make sure to stay in the frame there, Damo. You're good. It's totally like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and it's going to be in early access, I think, around this week or next week as well. It was playable during the Steam Games Festival recently. I think I've still got it installed on my computer. I need to take it for a spin. It's going to be kind of cool, and that's kind of their next... I think it's kind of an in-the-middle game. So I guess the question I've got is, do we expect them to announce like their next big, proper, full game? Say The Outer Worlds 2 or something like that.
I hope. I was going to say Outer Worlds 2. I was going to say maybe they'll. Oh no, because Outer Worlds did really good, didn't it? I was like, maybe they aim for like a Fallout New Vegas kind of game, like dystopian future kind of thing. Without
so what you would say The Outer Worlds is basically like a core. And sorry, I'm going to check my usual Fallout bullshit at the door for a second. The Outer Worlds is like a normal style Fallout, and you reckon they need to go into
I'm going to stop watching this.
the New Vegas style. What makes them different?
No, that's what I'm like.
Geckos.
I'm saying, like, because they did New Vegas, which everybody raved and loves.
And the Stick of Truth.
No, actually, it's kind of.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they did South Park.
what about South Park?
Oh, they better not get another extra. Oh, actually, no.
No, they're not going
They'll always.
to. Yeah, that's Ubisoft these days.
Oh, good. I was gonna say that'll be ported over to Switch anyway. Ooh, I don't know. No, like, because I didn't play Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
So
I still haven't
only
yet
saw
either.
like previews and it looked really good. But I'm just saying, like, maybe they will go for that dystopian future kind of ordeal. Who knows? Like, they did such a good job. Maybe it will be Outer Worlds too, because I mean that can almost be a console seller for some.
Yeah.
Because some people will be like, ooh, I mean, there's a couple of good games on the Xbox. I really want to play Outer Worlds because it looks freaking sweet.
Yeah, the only
And the
question for that
support's
one...
there.
The only question about the Outer Worlds for me is who actually owns it. I don't know whether Obsidian owned it or whether 2K/Private Division owned it as the publisher. So it probably depends on who owns it as to whether we see another one of those ever again. Matto, what do you think?
Well, yeah.
No real
I don't
thoughts
know.
on that one.
No,
Did you play the Outer Worlds at all or see much of the Outer Worlds?
no, I played a little bit of the Outer Worlds. I enjoyed it. It
Would you
just
like to
felt
see another
like
one?
it just felt like Fallout with color. That's all I really got out of it.
Okay, you're not
Pretty
helping
much
me to play
like
this because
Fallout.
I've got it, but I still haven't played it, and you're not helping
Yeah.
me here. Would I hate it?
Cool. No,
Oh,
if you like Fallout New Vegas, if you had some enjoyment of Fallout New Vegas,
okay,
like
maybe I'm in. Maybe I'm in. I didn't mind New Vegas. It's the closest one.
I said the colors. The colors will bring you back.
Yeah.
There's no sand. It's all
Good.
there's some grass.
All right, I'll still take it for a spin at some point.
Get some grass down there, boy.
Next one, which is probably the smallest.
Get your own spaceship.
Yeah,
In the Outer
that's kind of
Worlds.
cool. That's kind of cool. I did like that. I like the personality of the Outer Worlds, so I just got to take it for a spin. Next one, which is probably the small studio, or maybe the least relevant, I guess, of the lot. No offense, sorry. Compulsion Games. They did We Happy Few. You might remember that from
Oh, yeah.
a year or two ago. Are we going to get some weird, wild, and wacky sort of thing from them? Or we get they kind of wrapped up DLC for that earlier this year or late last year. Could you see the next game getting announced, whatever it is? It's probably too hard to predict what it is, but could you see another game from them coming out or being announced? Sorry.
Yeah, that was a really nice engine that they really spent some time on that. So
it's a good looking game.
I reckon that if they were going to do something, they could reuse that engine for anything they wanted. Man, they could just reuse so many of the assets, like the buildings and stuff like that, and have a game that's very similar. Like I was going to say LA Noir, but no, like a
LA Noir, but wacky.
Yeah, like a noir game or
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Grim Fandango kind of feel or something like. Yeah, they could definitely pull off something new. That engine's pretty fresh, and
you're tempting me to jump onto the next studio with that topic. But Matto, before I jump on to continue Damo's Grim Fandango topic, any thoughts on? Any other thoughts on Compulsion? Like, do you know much about any of their games or care at all?
I played a little bit of We Happy Few or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like
it just felt like not Bioshock type. I saw that suspense of Bioshock, but I'm not sure if actually anything happens.
Yeah, right. I haven't played
I don't know if it's like a first person game where you think something's going to happen or someone's going to attack you, but they don't.
Never does.
But I don't know. It's like chasing the magic dragon.
Could we see a new game though? Do you think
maybe,
we'll see the new game?
Maybe a trailer or something?
Yeah.
But I don't see it coming anytime soon.
No, probably not anytime soon. All right, so Damo, you mentioned Grim Fandango, which leads me to the next point. The team that made Grim Fandango, Double Fine, Tim Schafer's team, since they've been bought by Xbox these days. The only thing that we know 100% from them is that Psychonauts 2 is still in development, and that is actually still on track to come to PlayStation as well. So that they've got to kind of wrap up their business with other parties first, even though they've been bought out by Xbox. But could we see what their next thing is as well?
Yeah.
Like Xbox is like, yeah, enjoy Psychonauts 2, but here we're also making this, and that's only coming to Xbox. Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, Brutal Legend 2.
Oh, you're a big Brutal Legend fan, aren't you?
I liked it. I thought it was a really cool game. But the music was cool. The gameplay was pretty sweet.
Jack Black's funny.
It just didn't know what it wanted to be, and so that confused people because it was sold as like a smash and basher, and then it turned into an RTS. So it was like,
yeah,
what? So I mean, if they do it, and they could totally do it, because they know there's enough talk about the game now to think, and it was left open for a sequel.
Does EA own it though?
I don't know.
That's probably my only unknown thing is whether EA
just do
owns
a
it or
knockoff.
Not so brutal.
You could just do a Tenacious D video game instead. Just have Jack Black and Kyle Gass do a Apocalypto in a video game form.
Done. Problem solved.
Pick your destiny.
Yeah, just
game.
Have the chronological order of Tenacious D songs.
Order of the Phoenix?
That's what?
The Rise of the Phoenix.
Rise of the Phoenix.
I was going to say Order of the Phoenix is a Harry Potter book.
That's a Harry Potter reference.
Next studio, and I think also Compulsion.
Go back to your Double Fine one. Costume Quest.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I love Costume Quest.
Yeah, I never thought I'd have so much fun with Costume Quest.
Stupid little quirky Halloween shit. It's awesome.
It's probably a kid's game that is so enjoyable. It's about Halloween and the dentist. That's the second one.
And that's all you need to know, though.
That's all you need to know.
Just go have
fun. The
fun.
rest is just fun.
Yeah, all right. Let's go with some Costume Quest. Give us a new one, Tim. Damn straight.
I'm
hurry
up for a Costume Quest game.
In Exile. Now, In Exile basically kind of made of some old school Fallout, as in Fallout 1 and 2 sort of people. So the old top-down isometric style Fallouts. But they've been making Wasteland in recent years, just like Double Fine. They're still working on Wasteland 3, which was announced and then kickstarted back in the day, and that's coming to PS4 as well. So they've got to kind of close up their business. So I think, on my end, I think it's a pretty straightforward one. Like, they might show Wasteland 3 because we want to support the studio, but that's all we're going to see from them. Sound about right? Given that background.
Yeah, and Wasteland 4.
Oh, all right.
Just back to back. It's like the Matrix.
It's like, you've been waiting for this, and we were actually working on this.
We skipped it.
Fuck you, Kickstarters.
Wasteland 3, come in March. Wasteland 4, come in November.
Yeah, why not? Next one. This is a big studio. Mojang, or Mojang, whatever we call them. The dudes who do Minecraft. Do we see Minecraft 2?
Yeah,
No.
sure. Why not?
They've made so much money.
The
they keep
Adventures of
making money
Steve.
off Minecraft.
Oh
It
yeah,
would be
because we all know
Mine-
Steve now after that famous episode of Patched.
Minecraft Story Mode 2, Minecraft Dungeons 2,
Lego Minecraft,
Lego Minecraft.
Borderlands Minecraft, Harry Potter Minecraft,
a Minecraft crossover game, maybe.
Inception Minecraft.
Inception. That'd be interesting, I guess.
Minecraft Tale of a Creeper. I don't know. There could be some kind of weird story like
Steve's
that comes
Journey,
out,
Minecraft 2.
Chronicles, Minecraft Chronicles or something. Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't mind something like that. Like, I mean,
What about a battle royale?
Well, that's it. I mean, they've got that on the servers. I mean, you're making a joke right now. But
Oh, damn
this is
it!
where my nerdy knowledge comes in.
Backfire.
Yeah, you can. A lot of people run battle royale servers where you go in and you like kill and Hunger Games style last
Kill and build.
That's awesome.
thing. So like, yeah,
But let's not do that.
Like, you can place blocks on people's heads and dip them in lava and stuff, and it gets real competitive, and the community can be super toxic.
Oh, good. Exactly
Yeah,
what you want to hear.
What community?
The 13-year-old kids.
It's
Don't
not
do
the
that.
13-year-old.
Stop
He
it.
told me to suck a dick. What, ma'am?
It's
You're hurting
possibly
me.
one of my ex-students is
Oh,
the
no.
worst human being possible. And I tried to teach him, you can't talk to people like that. Nah, they're a dickhead. Screw them. I'm like, oh, God damn it.
You do you, kid.
You just, I couldn't save a life.
I'll send them round to your house, kid, and see what you say there. Look,
Vintage
say
that
it.
kid.
Say it.
Oh.
Another big studio. Maybe the last really big one that they've got. Rare.
Who? Never heard of
Rare.
him.
Yeah, never heard of them. They didn't make Perfect Dark or Donkey Kong or Banjo-Kazooie or
Conker's
Or-
Bad Fur Day.
even
Killer Instinct.
Come
Fever
on.
That'd be good.
Pinata.
Where is that
yeah, Killer
sequel to
Instinct.
Conker?
Holy shit.
Give us a Conker.
Give us the sequel.
Oh,
That
yeah.
we're
Wouldn't
that
all
be
waiting
amazing?
for.
They are working on
with
a new game
all-
though already. They do already have one announced game.
But
Everwild.
with all the love that has been received for Spyro coming back, Crash coming back, it's kind of like that's like that'd be as big as like if Mario hadn't had a game since like the 64.
Wait for it now. So I'm pitching to you the Splinter Cell style moment here. It's the furry mascot you've all been waiting for, and everyone's like, "Oh yes, it's Conker or Banjo," and then they bring out Blinks the Time Sweeper. Do you remember Blinks?
No, and the Bleach Looks Time Sweeper comes out, and Conker comes out with his chainsaw, just chops his head off,
Yeah, I could. That's
and goes, "Right, that's better."
also one to remember. And though they're not working on it themselves, there is still Battletoads that's on the way as well, which people went
Oh, yeah.
hands on with at E3 last year and said was amazing. So
Even better, they just completely rip off Ratchet and Clank, the whole jumping through time thing, and it's just Conker jumping through video games, right? Killing everything in its warpath. So it like starts off with the Donkey Kong rap, like here we go, and then like Conker just comes in, cuts them off, and then fucking jumps into the next video game, and it's like all the classics that you think they're gonna remake, and they
Yeah,
just go
Perfect
through and
Dark.
kill them all.
You see Dr. Carol, and Conker just comes in, just smashes it.
ties
Kicks it.
Kazooie's head like neck in a knot and strangles her to death. And
Saves bottles. saves bottles from death.
Oh, God. That would buy the shit out of that. Oh, that's what would sell me an Xbox. If
Conker comes back
not
and
even
it's
if like
ridiculously
that,
violent.
Conker's average Monday would be a seller. Like, come on.
And the crazy thing is that Conker was this really innocent little chipmunk
Back in
or
Diddy-
whatever,
Diddy
back
Kong
in
Racing.
and even back in his own games on the Game Boy back in the day, and then Bad Fur Day came along and he just became this violent prick.
Hey, that's what happens when it's a day after drinking.
Yeah, that's fair. They are also working on Everwild, which is this really gorgeous looking kind of game that we don't really know that much about, but looks really nice, and I kind of hope is just like this really pretty version of Monster Hunter. Actually, you'll see an article on the Player 2 website very soon. Myself, Matt Houston, and Stephen are kind of making some predictions about the event. And that's actually one thing that I kind of want from them. And I want Everwild, which is really, it just kind of has like a Breath of the Wild kind of ish art style, but I'd love for it to kind of be kind of Monster Hunter-y, where we're killing really nice looking animals. Or fictional
Like a
animals.
rabbit? Like a rabbit in like
Yeah,
The Last of Us?
Like in The Last of Us. As her voice just loses shit. I couldn't do it then. But anyway,
Like Puss
that's
in
rare.
Boots.
Give me Banjo. Just give me Banjo, for God's sake.
Not nuts and bolts. And then Conker comes in and just runs him over.
Oh, let's just bring them together. Let's Banjo and
Conker and
let's just-
Banjo.
I mean, Banjo shoots
cool,
eggs,
cool,
like,
cool.
or Kazooie shoots eggs out of her mouth at enemy. Like, just say you can't, throw. I mean, it's a little bit different to whipping out the chainsaw and singing poos and all that sort of shit. But
Banjo could use his bag as a old to store anything, really.
a bomb and throw it at an enemy. Go for your life. Kazooie, take her, maybe take her out of the bag before you throw it. Maybe not.
Oh, you can even use Kazooie as a gun.
Well, yeah, you currently do that. It's awesome. Just for eggs, but I'm sure you could really brew something up in those bowels and fire it out from there.
Shot out grenades in Banjo-Tooie and fire and ice.
Yeah, we'll make it work. 2 more studios. Undead Labs, who do State of Decay.
He'll make a return.
Undead Labs, who do State of Decay. Maybe we'll get a third one. That's about it. I think. Great. And
Super.
one that kind of harkens back to some stuff that we all would have loved back in our early days, but cracking open our Nutrigrain packets and getting.
Don't you talk about Age of Empires.
They've got a team. They've got a team called World's Edge that are dedicated to working on Age of Empires games. They are working on Age of Empires 4. Are we going to see Age of Empires 4 there?
Oh.
With a reveal that it's coming to console or something. It's going to sit here and make the sound effects.
Doo-doo.
Big Bertha.
Oh, who's fighting me?
Age of Empires 4, yay or nays are going to be there. We keen?
Yay! And I truly hope that
Coming to console?
They just
Or to a
start
Nutrigrain
up the
box, I don't
thing.
care.
It they have some big wig from Xbox there, and he's in a blue shirt, and all of a sudden, he starts, talking about video games, and all of a sudden, it goes dark. It comes back on, and he's wearing a red shirt. It's like, ha ha ha! I know what he's going to talk about.
Oh, I thought you were going to think it was going to turn off the lights, and then comes back on. There's just a box of Nutrigrain on a table.
Only Aussies will get this, and they just walk off.
And then he opens the box, and it's Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 2.
Like, oh, damn it, I already got
Or
one.
Matt Hoffman, BMX.
So the last question,
Game
and
that
this
no one wants.
is not about this is not about the studios themselves. We've done this for the PlayStation, so the question is price and release date. When's it coming? Oh, and will we see this supposed lesser model?
Lesser model?
They're currently referring to it as Lockhart codename. It's a codename, but apparently it's kind of a. You've got your 4K/8K capable Xbox Series X, and then the Lockhart is more like
GameCube.
1080p. It's kind of, I guess.
GameCube.
Yeah,
The
that's
Xbox
what somebody said. They're like,
GameCube.
oh, sweet, I'm going to buy an Xbox now. And I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? It's like, I didn't need a refrigerator, but I could do with a GameCube. And I'm like, thinking apparently it is. It's like a little
Yeah, no one's seen it yet. It's not even officially confirmed, but it's been leaked that many times that it's probably legit.
Yeah.
Do we see it? Does it
Yes.
get revealed? Is it coming this year?
No, it's not coming this year. You don't want to. It's not Meerkat, mate. You don't compare the market.
Compare the Meerkat Simples.
You wait. What you do is you drop it. You drop your console this year. You wait for Black Friday sales next year, and you drop it then.
Fair.
You keep your
Just out of
your sales
nowhere.
up, and then the year after you release your version 2 of your big console, and then Xbox can do this for the next 5 years, just releasing a new big console, little console for a couple of years, while people go get on the bandwagon or don't.
Fair enough. Price. What have we all got for price? Matto, what do you think?
$5.99.
Damo? And again,
What,
sorry, this
601?
is also focused on this new machine, so the Series X, not the Lockhart.
Yeah. 749.
Yeah, 700 for me. Because it
Feels
won't
like
have
the price
Kinect
is
in it.
right.
Yeah, well, you've gone the low one, Matto, so you're in the box seat here.
Am I going to win
Now
the
we'll just
car?
see the little guy that's yodeling as he goes up the side of the mountain, and maybe he falls off, maybe he doesn't. Yeah, we're not going to start yodeling.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
You remember that one? That's probably the best
Yes, I
one of the whole
do.
lot, and then he just falls off the edge of the cliff if you bit off too much.
There's
It was
the
great.
putting one. I remember the putting one.
Oh, good times.
There for
Larry
some reason,
Emder.
I'm thinking of Plucker Duck, but that's a completely
That's
different show.
yeah, that's very different. But Larry Emder, if you want to come on the show and talk about the pros and cons of Price is Right, please feel free.
Higher, lower.
Release date, when's it coming out?
20th of October.
Isn't that your PS5
Hey,
date
that's
as well?
my PlayStation release.
Exactly. Jumping on
Ooh.
Matto's. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, that's right. You were October 20 and I'm November 20.
I can't remember when
Which I
did
don't
it.
know which one works
October-
it.
What was it?
Whenever Black Friday is this year.
No,
Yeah,
was
'cause
I
you were
October 10?
I think you were
Okay,
October
no,
20. 'cause it was
October 20,
2010
yeah.
and 20. And I'm like 2011,
Oh.
20. The only reason for me that I think it's mid-November is because Assassins is now confirmed for the 17th or whatever, or something like that, roughly that week, and they don't miss a launch. So I think maybe they're just lingering
Never.
around in that window because that's when the console comes out. So that's kind of my only thought on that whole matter. Damo, what about you? Date?
A
You said
date.
it. Did you say the 20th?
Yeah, I'm jumping on
Oh, yeah,
Matto's
right, yeah.
bandwagon.
Oh, everyone's piling on.
Or Black Friday. We'll make it Black Friday whenever Black Friday is this year.
Yeah, I think
Probably
that's in
after
that.
Thanksgiving,
It's that November
whatever
window.
that is.
But, yeah, who knows? I don't know. Bloody Americans. Well, that's everything then. We've gone on for a good 50 minutes here about Xbox.
Xbox.
And about Xbox. It's almost as long as the show itself because apparently it's going to be about an hour long.
We did not mention the word gameplay.
We didn't show gameplay
One.
at all. So good on us.
We'll have to patch
This
that.
is a no gameplay.
Podcast
Podcast.
only. Except for that time before we did all this and we did it in person, I'd every now and then clip gameplay into the corner of shit. Not anymore, not on my watch.
Oh no.
Because apparently it doesn't get people watching. Yeah, take that, Xbox.
Take
So,
that.
on that note, we're going to wrap up this episode. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons.
Be sure to subscribe.
I'm having a rough time at the moment. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live. Damo's got a fidget cube. That means patched. No longer the insider. Kill that shit.
Found the funeral
fire
next
my
week.
burning arrows out there, and like Viking funeral. So patched, play 2 plays, like game review, gamer school, and a whole bunch more. Some awesome stuff. So go and subscribe. Matto, we've confirmed that you are doing a full playthrough series of Halo. So get hyped, everyone. I'll clear the weekend.
First
for you.
impressions, 16 years later. Or even longer than that,
Yeah,
20
it's probably
years
20
later.
years, 20 years later.
I played with enhanced graphics or low graphics?
Nah, go modern. Go modern.
Modern?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, go check all that stuff out because there's awesome stuff there. Visit the website player2.net.au. The site is booming at the moment. Numbers are through the roof, so go check all that out. There's some awesome content there, reviews.
Booming.
It's booming, massive, like 10 times what it used to be these days, and long may that continue. and maybe even go up another 10 times. That'd be great. Until we're like the biggest gaming site in the world. Take that, IGN.
All the region of where we live.
Yeah, we'll take it. The biggest gaming website in the Macedon Ranges.
Hey, you've given away our plate. Now we've got to move.
Shit, gotta go.
Compromised. Ubisoft is on to us.
Yeah, they're coming.
Excited.
So, building on that, podcasts, go check out all of those. So the audio version of this, if you're watching on YouTube right now, go check out the audio version on podcast services. There's the Player 2 Pixelcast and Dev Diary. There's been some awesome guests recently, so go check that out. The award-winning Dev Diary. I'll do it for you, Matto, since you haven't done it to me for a while.
Yeah, I just haven't been able to put it in there anywhere.
We're on Patreon.
Maybe I should start trying again.
Yeah, give it a crack. We're on Patreon.
Right.
Patreon.com/player2au. If you're watching the video version, the link is down there in the bottom left corner for you, so go check that out. So there's early access to videos, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives, and one of these days we'll get that 5-year Player 2 magazine out to you, because it's going to be pretty sweet.
5 years later.
5 years later. We're just in time for the 10th anniversary. Then we're on Twitter. Damo.
Tacos Talks.
Matto.
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for me. The website is Player2au. And
Two-time
Xbox is doing
platinum
some
man.
shit on Friday. He's got another platinum, but that's a PlayStation thing, and that makes you a traitor on this show right now, so we're not going to talk about it.
Righto, Kylo Ren.
Tune in next week where we'll talk about updates, and maybe we'll try and wedge some thoughts in about this event as well.
Wedge? What are we talking about wedges for?
Yeah.
What's this wedge?
Swear to God.
I don't know what's going on. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Peace.